fucking piece of shit phone, dude. Where's my phone? Like, just on a side tangent. Don't you love it when shit breaks down when you don't have any fucking money? Like, I can't afford a new phone, so I just have to contend with this broken piece of shit. I have to set it up on an angle because the threads on it are broken. Or the docking thing, you know how where you plug the anyways. Well, it's kind of broken down, when I had a fucking job. That's just it's kick to the nuts. It's a kick to the nuts. Frostbite became work.
See any plants worth checking out?
We're trying to find when these temples so we can get more powers. First, it has to be on a planet that has like zero visibility with fucking snow and shit. And now there's just no. Rosie, we're on a frozen hellscape planet. I've got frostbite. Where are we getting stuck with supplies? Hey, 𝕿𝖊𝖒𝖕𝖑𝖆𝖗, welcome to the stream. I swear to God, if I don't find this temple in the next 5 minutes, and now we're not getting a signal this way. Oh my god. Oh, there it is in the distance. Finally. Jiminy. Christmas. I grab this power real quick and react to one of Phil's biggest fans. It's like the cringiest shit I think I've ever seen in my life. Taking his meds. Yeah, the one where he's like, Elon, and then Elon. Oh, Phil didn't do much. He has this cringy fan that hates women. And the poor guy is probably heavily autistic. So I can't be too much of an asshole. But yeah, it's this guy is I know he's got some serious mental health issues. But yeah, he's the one in the clip where he was saying, "Molest me." Like, that's a little weird, dude. Come on, snort the space dust already. Hey, come on, can we, like, finish snorting the space cocaine so we can get our powers? Happy Christmas. I guess him trying to make connections with Elon's mom and like Helter Skelter. Yeah, she's from South Africa. How does that even? Doesn't even make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
I wonder.
Get right in the butt. Rectal domination. Destroyed him so bad he turned into Dippin' Dots. I thought I was talking about Danny. Yeah. I don't know. It's his. I'm laughing because Shanny's now going by Shalom Girl. Of course she would say that. Like, oh my god. I'm gonna try and, like, grift, say you're Jewish, so then that way you can grift the, that angle, huh? And then now if she's saying that, she can claim anyone that has a, like, opposing opinion is, like, anti-Semitic. Oh, it's not? I thought Shanny... Didn't he say Shanny was going by Shalom Girl? I swore he could have said that. Maybe he said something different. Yeah, because I thought he said Shanny's new channel is Shalom Girl. Something like that. I know, it's like you said, it's hard to follow batshit crazy people. Maybe I misheard. Claims to have people outstanding. Are you sure? Finish snorting up the space vent. Oh, okay, so Shalom Girl must be something else entirely. I know, maybe I had a stroke watching that. Alright, are you guys ready to see the cringiest shit aside from my content? Are you guys ready? I don't think you are. I don't think you guys are ready for what I am about to show you. Alrighty. Are you ready? Ready for AI? God dang. Alright. You ready for the cringe? Oh. It's the right link. Oh, it is. Oh my god. Now, I don't know if we'll watch the full hour of this. Because it's rough. Alright, oh my god. I need to color code this shit. So many elements on open source broadcast. Oh my god. Can we just thank you? Thank you. What's the backstory? So this guy is Phil's #1 fan. He sent over $300 so far. He's heavily on the spectrum. And I believe he's on disability. So DSP, the rumors about DSP getting money from people who are on disability, this is one of those people. And I seriously don't think you guys are ready. Let's...
Testing. So I took one.
What the fuck even is this, man? Is he snorting coke or something? What's going on?
Alright, so I guess we're gonna get started here. I'm gonna switch to my scene. So thank you everybody, it's the Pro Wrestling... Oh shit! Whoops. Hold on. Later tonight, but my mom's at... Uh-oh. I'm gonna switch to my scene. So thank you everybody, it's the Pro Wrestling... Oh shit! Whoops.
We're 6 minutes
Hold
in.
on. Sorry about the language there. Hold on a second, everybody. I'm having some technical difficulties here. Uh-oh. I'm gonna switch to my scene. So thank you, everybody.
Mute the preview window, dipshit.
Whoops. Hold on. Sorry about the language there. Hold on a second. For a long time. And I just want to have a couple chances to really...
This shit already hurts, chat. Oh, fuck.
Really come openly, speak about the situation, speak about some of the people that have wronged him and who have also wronged his fans as
See
well.
how long you guys can
I want to
withstand
really
this.
thank everybody for coming, but I do want to say if you're one of these detractor dudes that's just looking to clip the stream and get content, well, screw you, because you're not going to be happy tonight. We got a lot of stuff in the chat. I'm not going to be answering much right now because...
That's not nice, Mr. PWR.
I noticed that yesterday I was just so emotional. I was just so fired up.
Oh my god.
That when I looked back at the footage, I just kind of realized I was kind of just saying the same thing over and over again, and it wasn't really coherent. So I just want to try to have a chance to kind of get things a little straighter.
Can you guess what happens here? He does the same thing where he loops. It takes.
Dig a little deeper and get into why I am really angry at some of these people. So I'm going to thank some of the people in the chat that
I don't know if he's from Canada or he's got just this unique way of speaking that. And it doesn't help that he talks this close to the microphone. And you can hear everything. Later he takes a drink of water. And you can hear the gobbling and drinking noises. I know, right? And unfortunately this guy, he is like just detractor bait. This is like when you chum the water, when you're out in the ocean and you chum the water, and then all the sharks go ham because you're throwing like a bunch of red meat. This poor guy.
that I know are real fans.
And it doesn't help that he's this massive wrestling fan and DSP fan. Oh, you'll get the ASMR too. It's bad.
Well, first of all, this Dolph Ziggler guy, my mic isn't out because I have the stream running on a alternative app.
Screw the detractors.
And it sounds fine.
Things a little straighter.
It sounds fine to
Dig a
me.
little deeper.
So don't be trying to screw up my stream. I hear one more thing about my mic being out. You're going to be timed out. Because I'm just getting fired up. Somebody asked how long is the list. I got about 5 names I want to speak about. Oh, we did get a subscription. I can't really read the name. But thank you for the
Dingosaurus.
support, the Pro Wrestling Reality. And the Pro Wrestling Reality is becoming the home of the anti-DSP detractors. So let's just get into it. Let's just get started because
He's like or from Mad TV. You know, that Stewart? Oh yes. Or Stewart from Mad TV, right? Hey, look what I can do. No. Oh god.
so we're going to talk about a big one to start off.
Stewart.
Stuttering Craig. Okay, Dolph Ziggler, you're timed out. I'm not going to...
He's gotta be Canadian, huh? I thought that was Mad TV. Look what I can do. Stewart. It's Transformer voice. Do I have? Hey, have me checking voice mod, you turd.
I'm not going to keep dealing with this crap you saying my mic is out. Okay. So we're going to talk about Stuttering Craig. Now, if you really want to go to talk about him, you have to... Oh, we did receive a kind comment here. Rock Low says you are an inspiration to us all. Well, thank you. Thank you. You know, it is challenging. You know, you're really putting yourself into the line of fire when you come forward and you want to defend, you know, somebody who gave you so much joy, somebody who was there for you at some pretty low points of your life. Like, I remember the day my grandmother passed away, the first thing I did when I got home was I turned my laptop on, and there was Phil. And he was streaming.
Oh, God.
So I gave him a donation, and I just said, you know, Phil, my grandmother just passed, and you've really given me a lot of great memories over the years, and I just want to give a contribution. And he very graciously said, "Oh, wow, you know that."
Yes, a horribly dented autistic man, and I don't want to, you know, again. This is a guy who's special needs, so I'm trying not to be mean.
That means a lot. We very much appreciate that. So I always thought
Elmo all grown up.
that was incredibly incredibly emotional that Phil realized how much this community does mean.
Perfect tune voice, right? Well, actually, Krieg, are you sure you haven't seen this? Because later he's going to say he's asexual. He's got to admit to having zero sexual drive, which is bullshit. Because I know a gooner when I hear one. Right in the middle. That's Lex. So here's the lore on that. Lex said some shit about DSP, and some of his whales went to Lex to give her money. I think she made like $1,000 off of DSP's like whales. I would too. She's like pretty good looking, and of course, PWR here hates that.
So I'm just going to let everybody know, I do have stuff to talk about. It's kind of hard to read the chat. As I mentioned, I'm not really a streamer. So I'm just going to start talking. And if something does catch my eye, I'll try to respond. But we're gonna go with positive context comments that are related to the subject matter. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Somebody asked, what do I enjoy about Phil? Should I get into that before I get started? Just a few things. His consistency. It's just a chill atmosphere. Yeah, you know, there's not yelling and screaming and...
AUTISM, autism.
He's not on there shaking his butt or, you know, he just goes on, plays the games, talks, chills.
Well, why would he be shaking his ass, dude? What? See, I didn't know. Are you? The cracks are starting to show a little bit, I think.
I like more when he talks more than the gameplay. I love his smart guys.
Oh yeah, it's probably
program. So yeah, those are some of the reasons I like.
Oh, the camera was on the whole time, huh? That probably looks like the JD Vance meme with the propeller hat and lollipop. There's a picture that's been dropped, and you'd be surprised, but pretty much.
Fail. Anyway, I'm just gonna ignore all these stupid... You know what, Big Birds? You've done enough harm to my community. That you're on a freaking timeout, so...
Yeah, fuck you, Big Bird.
That's what you get. You're trying to derail my freaking stream of consciousness here. And it's challenging because I want to interact and I want to answer questions, but I also got to keep my mind straight on what I want to get to talk about. So I'm just going to put the phone down and I'm just going to talk. So here we go.
We're 13 minutes into this piece of shit and he hasn't started the main topic. The picture DSP's holding, no, that's the one from the Boxing Days. I think it was the night before Andy got knocked out in 45 seconds. And yes, DSP actually found that picture, downloaded it, printed it out so he could put it on the little chip case. Please fix this audio. Here, I have the same chip case. It's funny. Watch this. You know, that's why. What is it with the retards and autistic people? I got the same case, but check it out. I got the fucking. it's got the radioactive logo because eons ago this was a prop. Only instead of chips. Check this shit out. Only mine doesn't have gay chips in it. It's got silver. It's got that shiny, sparkly silvers. But yeah, there's something about autistic people, myself included, that fucking love these things. If you get rid of the chips and tear out the casing inside, it's pretty badass. back on track. All the ET has been done. Oh, no gold yet. Mostly silver.
Stuttering Craig. Now, he's the first one on my list. Now, if you go back and you know the history like I do, I mean, many of us were big fans of that angry video game nerd character. And we kind of really found ourselves, you know, on the Screw Attack website, found ourselves kind of engaged in that community. So he really was an original.
Let's even properly filled out, yeah.
He really was an original. I think he really was somebody who pushed the boundaries, you know, kind of made gaming content relevant. It had an edge to it, and we enjoyed it. But somewhere along his career, and I'm going to say that these are only allegations. You know, this is my opinion, my thoughts. I don't know if there was any charges brought forward or anything like that, but he got heat pretty early in his career because he screwed his co-partner, Handsome Tom. Now,
Now, when you say screwed his partner, Handsome Tom, did you mean screw him out of money, or did he actually fuck? You're phrasing, my guy.
Understand, the whole situation was that Craig was really pushing to register Screw Attack as a business, and Tom was all kind of ho-hum about it, and, you know, Craig just went forward and signed the papers himself. Which...
Because someone gets voice that high.
You know, went forward and signed the papers himself about it, and, you know, Craig just went forward and signed the papers himself. And, you know, Craig just went forward and signed the papers himself. Which, in a way, you know, that's a cutthroat business move. And I think a lot of fans really resented Craig for that, because it was kind of it broke up a community. You know, Tom went over and did his thing on game.
Reaching low T levels never thought possible, right? And he did it again.
Here,
what's that?
It broke up a community. You know, Tom went over and did his thing on game.
How does someone do that?
Game Heroes. And Craig kind of had his relevancy and his success on the...
This dude doesn't have T, he has estrogen.
Screw Attack, and it was a big moment. So...
Big moment.
I listened to a lot of the Screw Attack original stuff, much like Phil said that he did. And I was really excited when he did come back and he started the new sides.
Maybe he's sitting on his balls. Dudes need HRT. This guy just naturally evolved. He didn't need the hormones.
Scrollers podcast, and I checked out some of his stuff, and I interacted with Craig a little bit on the X, and one post that caught my attention was, now I tried to actually find a screenshot, but because all you stupid effing trolls, my account got suspended for good, my original PWR account.
No, your original PWR account got suspended because you threatened someone. You said, I'm playing violent video games and I just might kill myself, and you actually bought a box cutter and you actually sliced your wrists and posted. That's why you got banned, because you were threatening suicide. Fucking... You special blessed individual. I remember seeing the pictures. He took... What's a PWR? That's what we're listening to. People's something wrestling? But yeah, he actually cut, like, they were shallow cuts, right, on his wrists. He didn't go down the street. He went across it. So that's why his original Twitter was banned. And so, of course, he's blaming the detractors because he's a fucking idiot.
And I couldn't find it, but Craig was looking for interviews. He was reaching out to the community.
I have no idea.
Was saying...
It's impossible to tell.
You know, who would you like to see And you better believe that I stepped forward and said, Craig, I would absolutely love if you had 𝕿𝖊𝖒𝖕𝖑𝖆 on the program. You know, much like yourself, he's a gaming original. He has a large following. He really has built a community for
database incomplete.
And I remember Phil actually responded to my post and said something like, that would be a great opportunity. Many people don't know, but me and Craig have had history or whatever. So in a way, I sort of was the catalyst, you know, for bringing the name forward, to letting Craig know, you know, here's a guy I think you could really get something going with. You know, have a positive conversation, talk about the history, talk about the evolution of streaming. And
the longer this in, the heavier the ball washing gets. You have not begun to hear how far this guy's up Phil's ass.
Phil has a lot of experience in that area. He was there at ground zero.
Ground zero.
So when it was announced, I was incredibly excited. And I still remember, and a lot of us are Phil fans, I'd say if you're a Phil fan or you're a detractor, we were all really looking forward to that. I remember the day it aired, you know, I was hanging on every word. But all of a sudden it turned sour. And I believe that Craig really showed his true colors that day. You know, he went back to, you know, that guy that people have always been kind of questioning and sort of, you know, wanting to know, what kind of guy really is this? And that day he showed his true colors because he lied to Phil.
Yeah, it sucks too, dude. I miss David Stay. It fucking sucks he died.
You know, he tried to go him up saying, you know, we'll have a fun time. You know, we'll
You imagine being a woman. You're at a club, and you hear that, and go have a good time. Or if you're a dude at that point. If I heard that,
play Mario Kart, and we'll
Mario Kart,
just kind of shoot the crap. And I think that's bullcrap, because I think what happened was all you losers, all you stupid effing detractors looking for, you know, to get some kind of attention on yourself instead of giving Phil his chance in the spotlight, you went to Craig and you showed him all this crap, and then It's a Gundam is coming forward with all his crap, and he just got so much crap thrown his way that no.
Oh, and guys, later on we get a Leave Britney Alone breakdown. This is pretty keynote. So
nobody was telling the true story. You know, nobody was really coming forward and saying, you know, this is what I think about Phil, and this is the impact he's had on my life and my career. And
can you imagine having this much shit? Like having this consume your entire life? Like, oh man.
You know, if it wasn't for Phil, I probably wouldn't have started a YouTube channel. So,
fuck you, Phil.
I was really incredibly disturbed at the whole way it went down. Of course, you had this young dude, this hipster, Adam Cringler, you know, there as well. I have no idea who the heck he was, but I was really interested to see what direction it would go. And it was very intriguing because it had been so long since Phil really stepped forward and spoke with somebody. And I thought at the time Craig would be a really interesting person to do that with. They were both originals.
Both originals.
But what a surprise. The interview was totally derailed by all you effing losers who had to slip in his DMs to get yourself clout. And frickin' send him this thing from 2 years ago. Send him all this from 5 years ago. We were here to talk about the now.
Isn't what this guy's doing like clock chasing, technically? Inspired this guy to be a success. Yes. This is like a war crime. DSP should be taken to The Hague for creating this war crime. Like the goldfish and...
That this was a guy coming forward, building a community, consistently streaming, entertaining his audience. And then all of a sudden he's brought on, and just because this young cringler dude is kind of like rubbing his chin and...
I have no idea who the fuck he's talking about.
Shifting his eyes all around. You know, they try to paint Phil as the villain. And I think that was bullcrap. The whole interview really was bullcrap. You could just tell, you know, Craig was smelling the daughter's college tuition from this, rubbing his hands together.
I thought he was going to say something else there for a minute. God, dude. Smelling his daughter's tuition? He hung on that. I was like, oh.
You know, because if you go on their page and you look at their most popular, what?
Tim Cool. Oh, the Tim Cool guy that got fired. Okay.
Was the most popular interview they've ever done. Because he has no career. He's not relevant anymore. And he really stepped...
Get used to hearing that. He's going to say that about 100 times this fucking stream.
...over Phil, who was there around the same time as him, to get him a boost in relevancy, and he didn't even show him a halfway decent amount of respect. It was absolutely sickening. And I spoke with Phil about it. I reached out and I said, you know, Phil, that was incredibly upsetting. I feel horrible because I was one of the people who came forward and said I thought Phil would be a great guest. And I've carried that burden onto myself. I really did.
Just like Jesus and the cross, I bore that burden for my Lord, DSP. Yikes, man.
You know, I'm getting really pissed off because you dudes keep talking about my effing mic. I'm listening to it and it sounds fine. So I'm getting pissed because you're distracting me from what I want to say. We'll get to the chat here in a minute. Okay, anybody who says the mic is not working is getting a timeout. Because I have it on a second stream here and it sounds fine. I have an Apogee mic, you know, $600-700 mic. I'm not, you know, I don't have a Rock Band mic.
600, what? He's when you are done. He's really trying to dunk on us. They have $600 mic. Alrighty, Chief. I mean, you could have bought... I mean, again, this is like a $70 piece of shit. I mean, look at the thing. It's like primo Chinese horse shit. Mic doesn't make any difference. You can have it... You can soup it up and make it sound crazy with, like, open source broadcaster. $600 FG mic. Come on.
Hooked up to my mic like...
Sound quality for $600. Yeah. Zero charisma.
Some of you dudes like Dash Fire.
Some of you dudes.
Effing coward.
Coward.
So anyway, getting back to the Craig stuff. See, you're getting me all fricked up here.
Someone types in there, your mic sucks.
So anyway, after the interview ended, what did Craig do? You know, the revenue and the success from a pretty successful interview wasn't enough for him. Oh no. He had to drag on, you know, a 4 out of 10 piece of ass, cringler, and they just sit there spending their entire effing...
Did he just refer to another man as a 4 out of 10 ass? Gay!
Stream. Dumping on Phil. Doing all the detractor memes. And the thing is, they don't know what the hell...
Oh, you guys are in for a real treat later. Oh, you guys... right?
they're talking about. You know, how long have they known Phil? 5 minutes. Well, fans like myself, you know,
Maybe the Red Feather, I don't know who the fuck.
really should have been the ones who came forward. And that's what made me so pissed, and I talked about this last night, was the fact that Craig wanted to say, you know, none of your champions came forward. It was all detractors that came forward. Well, we weren't offered the opportunity to come forward, and if we would have, I absolutely would have, but I'm doing it now. You know, Craig, screw you. Here's one of Phil's champions to really come forward and set all you effing cowards straight. He's just a real piece of crap. He's a real
Yeah, but he referred himself as the champion of DSP. Gives this guy a purpose. Yeah, dude. If Phil was to like stop streaming, this guy here, PWR, would probably fucking kill him.
piece of crap. I was calling for him to be jailed. And he just thought it was a big laugh and joke. And I was like, no, I'm absolutely serious. What you're doing is criminal. And it's stealing. You know, it's like, you know, a blue-collared man starts his own business and you go in there with a sledgehammer and knock it all down and set it back up and you know, sell your own merchandise. And who does that sound like? Mr. Diaz, you effing coward, on your effing stream last night in
So if you have an opinion and you're reacting to DSP, that's the same equivalency of busting up a business owner's business, like a blue collar. These dents are cog level bum. No, worse. Like
my t-shirt. This Lord Diaz, I don't want to get into him. I think he's gotten enough of a shout out from the Pro Wrestling Reality. But this Lord Diaz, I confronted him last night on his stream, and he was too scared to have me on the air. He was like, oh man, the Pro Wrestling Reality is here. And, you know, he was turning all red. He was kind of looking over his shoulder. And I was like, let me on the air.
no, he does make physical threats later on this stream. That's coming too. Are you guys sure you haven't seen this? Because you're already calling out stuff that's going to happen. Did he just take a hit on a vape pen? The fact that I can hear every single fucking mouth sounds on this mic is making me sick.
And he wouldn't. So F him. If you're against Phil, you're against me. And the fact that you're wearing my t-shirt on your stream is incredibly disrespectful. That's the end of Lord Diaz. He's not getting any other word out of my mouth. So we're going back to Craig. And that's the thing. I think he realized that his relevancy was really failing. That he just didn't resonate with the modern audience anymore. And the
because
only way he could do that was because of Phil. Phil gave him relevancy again. And all you effing detractors are like, oh.
I will say it's a pretty damn good mic because I can hear the words echo in the shitboxed room he's in.
Oh, Craig's a hero, you know, yeah, whatever. It's all bullcrap. He didn't do anything. You know, he had an opportunity to really present Phil positively, to help him to the next level, to help.
So what, is every show that DSP Phil is supposed to go on supposed to butter his ass and, like, polish his knob? What PWR is saying.
Him really grow back into that gaming audience, but instead he used it as an opportunity to talk about all this crap that happened like 10 years.
Maybe he's in psych ward cell. He got a day pass. Guy that's been at this forever. Yeah, Phil Burnell. Dark Side Phil.
Ago. And that's why he is where he is now.
Oh, when it gets to the Lex part, you guys are in for real, like, nuclear grade 𝕿𝖊𝖒𝖕𝖑𝖆𝖗.
Does anybody have any questions about Stuttering Craig before I move on to the next subject here? I'm looking at the chat actively now.
Oh, fuck. Listening to this with headphones on, it is nauseating.
Somebody's saying Craig. Okay, get out. Get out. Somebody needs to ban this Big Bird guy because I'm really getting sick and tired of his crap.
Eh? It hasn't been since. Yeah, and he fucking sucks at playing video games too.
Okay, so no questions about Stuttering Craig because like I said, screw him. He's a piece of crap. I had a chance to tell him. I went on his stream and I said, you should be jailed. What you did is criminal, immoral, and disgusting.
Farmville level gamer. And at least Farmville's cooler than whatever wrestling bullshit, right?
Okay, so who do we have next? We are going to be talking about... I'm getting fired up. My heart is like beating because I'm so effing angry. We're going to talk about the whole Iron Chef Sakai Strangely Lex situation.
Oh god, here we go. Are you guys ready?
So Iron Chef Sakai, if a lot of you don't know, he was really somebody who brought a lot of positivity to the community. He was always actively supporting Phil, you know, helping the stream.
It was a whale, eh?
Kind of move along. He was giving subscriptions, gifted subscriptions to fans. I think I received a few over the period that he was around. Excuse me.
Why, you snorting coke? They're like, Jesus, that I will say, whatever $600 piece of shit he has bought, it's fucking disgusting that I can hear every...
And what really was troubling was the whole Strangely Lexley situation. And she's a real piece of crap, and we're going to get into her in a minute. But, so, I guess from what I understand, was Iron Chef Sakai was starting to become tired of Phil's content. You know, that's the thing with these young dudes. They have no loyalty. They have no morals. It's just one thing on to another. You know, whatever. I'm just putting the...
These days always translate to it. They never criticize me or... second the bomb. Pretty much.
Phone down because I just get too distracted by the question. Nobody's asking any relevant questions. So anyway, so Iron Chef Sakai was really celebrated in the community. And then what happens? Whatever reason, he gets something up his butt. He runs over.
You would know a lot about that, wouldn't you, PWR? That seems like your kind of thing.
To this private lined in gold bitch. This private lined in gold Gen Z bitch. With his hand on his private parts.
Private parts.
And he starts giving her money. And here's where I really take issue. I mean, going to another streamer and giving them money.
Yes, it's the Phil translation of him addressing 𝕿𝖒𝖒𝖕𝖑𝖆𝖗.
Money. That's reasonable. I don't really have an issue with that. But what I do have an issue with is Iron Chef Loser sitting there with his hand on his privates, giving the donations. And what's the first thing? What's the first thing out of his mouth that'll get some attention? What's the thing out of his mouth that'll get some clout? Oh, DSP, do you know who DSP is? Oh, yeah, do you know who DSP is, bitch? You know who DSP is? And for whatever reason, it really took off for that audience. And she saw dollar signs. Of course, like any woman would. They saw dollar signs.
Dollar signs. You see dollar signs, Red Feather? You see them dollar?
And she started calling Phil old.
Lucky.
started calling him
Hands down as privates.
irrelevant. And she really started trouble for the community. And I agree with what Phil said. She's an SLU star.
So you don't have the balls to say slut? Slut? Come on.
She's running around, flaunting the ass, you know, and you got these losers like Iron Chef Sakai that are trying to get a shot at it by thinking if they donate money and bring someone else's career down, that
This is a micro. Yeah, probably.
that's really going to mean something. And I think this is bull crap. And I'm really upset about him. I would love to have a one-on-one live conversation calling him out for the coward and the simp that he is. You know.
Respect for yourself. How do I know you're not doing that for the dollar signs?
Oh, and this strangely, Lexi, like I mentioned before, I don't really agree with women in general anyway. You know that. Oh, somebody in here I just seen. She's a star. Why is she a star? Because she goes on and shows her ass, and you know she's open about her sexuality, which is all bullcrap anyway. I think it's bull.
What? Damn girl.
Bullcrap. You know she has no career of her own, and again,
You're gonna be a vampire?
it's a consistent situation. She gets a boost because of someone else's career. Somebody who's actually took the time, who was an original, who was there from the start. And she sees dollar signs. You know, she can run around in a thong or whatever the hell she's going to do, squatting her ass for losers like Iron Chef Sakai, but she will never be an original. She'll never have a genuine community, never have a genuine connection with the audience. It's all based on a piece of ass. And to be honest,
Clear away my fellow Dentway, yeah, right?
I don't really think she's much to look at. And I think one of the only reasons Iron Chef
Someone puts in the chat, have you seen Incel Rage?
Sakai really wanted a shot at it was because if you turn it around, it probably looked more like a man to him. So that's exactly why he is where he is right now. Just piece of garbage. And I think she should be really ashamed. Because I think it's one thing if you really want to push yourself and push your career, but leave the originals out of your effing mouth. He had nothing to do with her or her content. Just because some freaking loser comes in and is like talking about Phil, and then all women see dollar sign. Oh, who's Phil? Oh, I'm gonna look at him for 5 minutes, and then all you effing loser detractors are all grabbing your privates, getting off on the fact that this private line of gold Gen Z bitch.
You guys have all your hands on your privates? Hands on privates for Lex.
is you know, trashing.
Why does it see this is weird? Because why don't you just come out and say the detractors are out here beating their meat like garbage?
You're somebody you hate. That's all. That's the only talent she has. That's all it is. And it's bull crap. I hope her career ends.
It's not entirely true. The section I seen, she was cooking like shit. I don't know.
I don't think she'll be making a 15-year career. I don't think she'll be making a 15-year-old career.
Yeah, because most grown-ass adults move on from childless bullshit like streaming. Unlike your Arrested Development ass, see, people tend to outgrow streaming. They get careers and fucking jobs. And like, eventually succeed at life. Laughed me.
Building a community over a span of a decade. She's a whore.
Whoa.
Just another freaking whore. And I get really mad because basically
Makes his career stealing whore. Oh man, this dude.
it's like Phil said. She's taking food off his table. Those are his fans.
So he's saying she's actively stealing food from Dark Side Phil. Man.
His community. Like I said, I have no problem with somebody going into someone else's stream and donating, but when those donations are based off bringing down somebody else's hard work in the community.
Right, with her in a hot tub and like snow and shit.
That's where we have an issue. And I'm not going to deny what I'm saying here. You can clip the stream and throw it all around, but the truth is, she's a thieving bitch who needs to focus on her own career. Leave these poor guys out of it, dude.
Imagine taking a picture of Lexington's. God dang, dude, this guy's got some.
Yeah, she's a real piece of crap. And I wish.
Why? Because one of Phil's whales found her more entertaining. The attention she gets from yeah, like a jilted lover. That's probably. This guy says he's asexual, but he's kind of sounding a little fruity to me.
Wish Iron Chef Sakai somehow. If somebody knows Iron Chef Sakai,
Yes.
send him the link. And I want to call him out personally just for being a real turncoat piece of crap. And I'm actually glad he's gone from the community. I'm seeing.
Community? First off, if you're talking like that, you're like terminally ill online. I know I've done it, but when I say refer to community, like, oh my god, he like this guy in his mind, he thinks he's like a knight in armor that he has to like slay the goblins away from DSP.
That Phil's revenue has taken a hit because of him being a very high risk contributor, but that's the thing. These young dudes, they have no freaking morals. They have no morals. They have no values. They have, like, I have values. I have morals, and that's why I stand by Phil. You know, I know everything that you guys want to throw out, and I still stand here, and I'm like, that's my guy. You know, he was there for me through so much, and that's why I get so mad. So I'm gonna look at the chat really quick here.
Protect the community.
Somebody asked if I have given money to Phil, and yes, I have, as I mentioned before. During the Twitch days, I did, but I had like 3 or 4 different accounts. So, and it's kind of the same with YouTube too, because of the whole way you have to like have an email address to make a YouTube now.
God.
You can't just as easily make accounts. So, yeah. Somebody's saying settle down. Well, I knew I didn't want to come here and start yelling and screaming, but when I listened back yesterday to my video, I felt like I didn't really get across everything I wanted to say. I kind of just went into a blind rage.
Give me the trousers. Drink your blood and fight your flesh. Settle down.
And just started screaming. I don't think I took a breath for more than 5 minutes in that whole stream. Okay, anybody who effing says they can't hear me is getting timed out, because you're really effing
Fucking guy.
throwing off my concentration here. So anyway,
Settle down
to
there,
all you
fuck.
that support Strangely Lex, screw you. And it makes me sick too, because I think even Duty Streams was celebrating her and, you know, saying, oh, she's a cool chick. She's a cool chick. Well, that's kind of...
Well, in the few seconds I did watch Alex, she was like, she has a cute personality. She's nice and bubbly personality. Like, that's not really being a simp. That's probably why she's stealing some of Phil's like community members, because she's, I mean, I normally don't simp for women, but I'll say she's more entertaining. Yeah, and some bubbly too, yeah. will not know. Right?
Troubling, you know, to me that all these detractors just run over to a piece of ass because she has 𝕿𝖊𝖒𝖕𝖑𝖆𝖗's name in her mouth. And that's all she's going to be known for. And I think it's bull crap. Like, at least for me, I mean, I think a lot of guys have said to me, you're also benefiting off Phil's career, but I have no intention of making money off of Phil. This is solely just to have a chance to speak openly, to come forward, you know.
Thank you. Yeah. You blaspheme the Phil of Darkside? Heresy. Blasphemy. You must cleave their heads from the shoulders, those who blaspheme, and speak against the king of Darkside, Phil. 𝕿𝖊𝖒𝖕𝖑𝖆𝖗.
To say screw all these detractors, all these YouTubers clipping all the streams, you know, I think it's bullcrap.
Will claim the heads of Stephen Cameron, PPP, and 𝕿𝖊𝖒𝖕𝖕𝖑𝖆𝖗. No one said no one clipped that out of context. Can you imagine?
I think it's criminal and I think it's immoral. Oh, strangely, Lex owes my sad, pathetic life. I don't care what some effing whore
Well, you kind of care because you've been talking about 20 fucking minutes.
thinks of my career. I have no interest at all. I just seen the picture. I went on Google.
And now I'm talking about 25 minutes about Lex. Too late, Lo. Oh, shit.
And she's flashing the body in the underwear pictures and all.
Yeah, it's rather nice to look at instead of some, like, old fucking queerbait like Phil. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's like you said. Imagine, like, posting that picture as its own.
All this crap. So it means nothing to me. Like I said, I've denounced my sexuality. I don't like men. I don't like women. I don't like children, as some of you are trying to put on. Don't like animals. Nothing. I don't have a sexuality. So I'm a lot more blunt when it comes to women.
No, you're pretty gay, dude. Speaking of motorboating, I think he would give Phil a nice his cheeks. Put another whole face in the man's anus.
And then some others. And yeah, this strangely Lex is just a grifting, penny chasing piece of crap whore.
Like animals. Yeah. I put in chat, I forgot you gooned to it, didn't you? And any guy who comes out and says he's asexual, that's a lie. All right, there's no dude, unless if you're like a Benedictine monk, but even that, I guarantee he's like hate cranking him out. Asexual. Asexual. Oh god, I could hear him swallow that whatever. He only humps trees.
Stupid effing bitch.
Jeez.
That's just another one. That's just another one. Some Gen Z private line in gold whore who didn't even know who Phil was. If it wasn't for Phil, she probably wouldn't be sitting on her ass making $1 off streaming.
Well, she was on Twitch before all this. It's so funny. And I've never seen a guy this threatened. Like, this is like a threatened girlfriend situation. Isn't that what it feels like?
Like, learn to respect the originals. Stupid bitch. I'm getting fired up. I'm getting fired up because that's the thing is, if she had some kind of talent, if she had some kind of relevancy, if she had something to say, you know, that would be different. But the fact that, you know, she's so empty freaking headed that oh, this loser, because you know she probably
Empty-headed, yet she's stealing Phil's whales. Probably stole one of the biggest whales. Hey, Iron Chef Sakai. You come across this, I'll take some grift money, please. I'll take some of your money, please. Oh, yeah, wait till later on in this. I think it happens soon. He starts hyperventilating.
thinks of her fans as losers.
Losers.
Is giving me all this money, and he keeps mentioning this DSP, so I'm gonna check him out. And then the rest of you, no life, no ass losers. I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack here. Just give me a second.
Oh, here it is. Jesus, dude. And that is evident proof that this man is gay. Stop. Imagine not mute. Yeah, during that. We will avenge PWR. A night test has fallen.
I'm so fired up. God, I'm.
April Beats got turned to 11. Imagine having anxiety tag over the internet drama. Holy hell, right? Jeez. No, what it is Phil. Like, you ever seen those Bluetooth like vibrator things? Like, it feels. Oh god. Never mind.
I'm sorry, everybody.
People having a heart attack.
Everybody. I'm so fired up.
Unfortunately,
yes.
Yes.
I'm all dizzy. Oh, man. See, this is what this does to me. This is what it does to me. None of you understand. You know, I just want to say, leave Phil alone. Leave him alone. If it wasn't for him being...
That's got to be a troll, right? Because there's no way someone would legitimately say that. Oh, God. There's actually... Alright, later, Red Feather. So there's actually... Oh, God. No, good thing I didn't see that. But I only heard about that through other places.
Being an original, starting the career, starting streaming. None of you would have made a goddamn dollar in your goddamn lives. And I think it's really about time that somebody really comes forward and says...
God, this guy's full of himself, isn't he?
F all of you. You're all here. This is what you want. You're all pieces of garbage. Leave Phil alone. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Strangely Lexi. You see it on the stream. Showing off the body. And that's your character right there. That's your piece of trash right there. So next we are going to speak about It's a Gundam. You know, big freaking loser. He got his big rub last night on the casino. He's just a piece of crap. You know, I don't understand why so many of you can get into these guys that literally just sit.
Well, most of us don't get into guys. That's a you thing, bud. Gundam defended rackets. Oh, he did? Yikes.
There, play Phil's videos and talk over it. You know, the other night I found this other dude. And somebody told me that he was one of the original detractors. And he had a pretty big following. His name was 𝕿𝖒𝖕𝖕𝖑𝖆𝖗. And so I just kind of went in. I did my usual thing. I was in the chat saying, screw the detractors, you know, screw the casino. And this freaking guy, 1,400 freaking viewers in his stream, the dude is so freaking stoned, he can't even talk. Like, I think that's so freaking bullcrap, dude. Like, he literally was like, Phil. Phil.
I used to watch It's a Gundam, but it was at a time when he was doing like this pity, like, of course I'm guilty of that shit. But like every other video was him talking about how like bad his life was. And like if you're making 10 grand a month being a YouTube like queer bait, so that's one thing I will take the side of PPR on about. It's like he would be constantly like, "Oh, I'm depressed, my life sucks, no girlfriend." It's like, dude, you're making 10 large a month. Shut the fuck up. Tired of the rage bait. Yeah, it's like, yeah, games. Yeah, everything's been taken over by BlackRock and DEI. Yeah, shit's gonna suck, dude. Same with the critical drinker. Yeah, watching. Yeah, and it's like, it's not gonna change unless. You're right. Where did I put my damn? Oh, there it is.
Phil. Like, how the hell? That just shows your lacks of intelligence.
Lax?
That, instead of just listening to someone and enjoying somebody for what they are, you have to have it spoon-fed to you by a freaking brain-damaged thief. So screw him. But anyway, so It's a Gundam. So he was kind of like the big star of the whole side-scrollers thing. I think he was spoon-fed a lot of the content from Craig. I'm shaking, dude. Like, I gotta calm down, man. I get really fired up when...
Everything about this guy's life is this stupid drama shit. And I thought, I'm glad this guy streamed this. Because now I'm like sitting here, I'm like, man, you know what? At least my entire life isn't consumed with this shit. This dude's been out of shape over the dumbest shit. Two actors there, I almost like see like Dan Stevens and Kevin Durant. Oh. I thought Craven. Normally I hate cape shit, but Craven the Hunter wasn't half that bad. And I know Marvel, Marvel gay comic book shit. But Craven was pretty good. And I saw what was it? It had give me a minute. That Baptist, Chris Pratt, called Electric. I'll look it up. I'll think of it here in a minute.
When I do this, and I don't know how long I'm going to do this. I have a list of names I want to get through, and then maybe we'll take some questions. But basically, I just want to have this so I can have it on my YouTube page, so people can find it.
People can find it. No offense, but homie needs a hobby. And that's me saying that.
Somebody's saying something really interesting. Rock Lau says, look into Lamont.
And it's like an alternative, like 90s America, where robots. I thought it was I thought it was a cool premise. I think it's based off a book. Or the book nerds are saying, it's the worst adaptation ever. It's like, I thought it was good. Plus, Chris Pratt, he's a cool guy. I like him.
They're good. The ultimate detractor. He killed Phil's best friend.
With Rose Sparks.
Good God.
Rose Sparks, yeah.
I've never heard of that. I know that he had his friend T. Who he talked about and was really open about, and talked about how he lost his life because of a gang shooting or whatever like that. So justice for T. But no, I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, so seriously, I tried to listen to it, and I can't stand the Kino Casino. Mostly I was just in the Raw Phil chat saying screw the casino, screw the casino, screw the detractors, just trying to really put my name forward as somebody who isn't going to take this crap anymore, somebody who's going to really stand up for Phil, who's going to... Okay, KB, you're timed out. You want to say Phil killed T? You effing coward.
Coward.
Somebody says pour one out for T. Well, we're gonna take a cheers here to T. Cheers, T. And if you remember, he was one of the first who brought Phil into the Street Fighter. Who, probably if it wasn't for T.
Who the fuck cares, dude? Phil is a retard that streams online, much like myself. Like, Phil, he's... Oh my god.
He probably wouldn't be where he is today. So yes, thank to him. I'm gonna have a drink to T.
Okay, dude. Very cool.
But anyway, so I'm just really sick of this. It's a Gundam. I want literally somebody to mention to me what is so entertaining about freaking It's a Gundam. Is it because he's a cartoon character and all of?
This is where I'll agree with PB. Whatever PB and J here. He's kind of right because it's like we were saying earlier. It's just the same rage bait bullshit over and over again. And you know what? If there's people who want to watch it and support that, whatever, cool. But again, it's shit. Maybe I should do that.
Of your brains aren't developed enough to listen to somebody who actually has insight and intelligence and has value. Is that it?
Dude, talking about
you want your baby rattle? Mommy, I want to listen to It's a Gundam. I want It's a Gundam. Like, he didn't add, at least from what I heard, because I didn't listen to, I wasn't sitting there like you effing losers watching this Kino Casino crap. But I was literally just in the...
This guy having the gall to call anyone a loser. Oh, his real voice came out, yeah.
Stream just to say screw the casino until they banned me. But from
puts in the chat, dude, you watch DSP.
From what I heard of this It's a Gundam, it's literally like he had nothing to say. And I probably listened to him speak for about, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes. He didn't add...
Oh, so you were watching Kino Casino for over an hour. Okay.
Anything. To anything.
Again, this is the guy who doesn't care about what the detractors say.
He's just a piece of garbage. And seriously, like, I would love... He's one that I would like, so you know what? I heard that you're the one who started all this detractor crap, are ya? And he'd be like...
Oh, God, here we go. Listen to this.
Yeah. And I'd be like, well, you mother effing... right in the freaking face. F you, It's a Gundam, you piece of garbage.
This guy couldn't murder a squirrel. Then I'd be like, Oh my god.
I think the real fans are coming forward. The real fans are coming forward now for you. Like myself. We're realizing what you are. A piece of grifting fucking... Oh, I'm sorry for the language. I'm sorry for the language. I apologize. See, I'm very emotional when I get emotional.
You said the word fuck. See, if his streaming stuff is all about the hobby, he'd be able to say the word fuck or slut. Because if it's in fact a hobby, then you don't care if it gets banned or not. It's like here earlier, where a stream not too long ago, we had Alex Jones clips going. So it's like, here he's saying, no, he clearly wants to like somehow make money off it. Because if you're refusing to say fuck, slut, which I'm pretty sure you can say, alrighty, Chief, it's just a hobby.
It's like I'm really holding back. And I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. But...
Oh, God. My virgin ears have been raped by the word fuck.
Yeah, like... I'd love to, yeah, I'm not going to say that I'm going to do it because all you effing losers are in here waiting for me to threaten somebody, but I'm not going to say it, but...
You kind of did just a few minutes ago. Ow, if I saw him face to face, I would, Which it kind of sounded like you, that threat he said earlier kind of sounded like you would sexually assault Gundam, not attack him. Watch out, Gundam. This guy's coming to clap them cheeks.
I got a lot of ideas that
Bet you do, you fucking weirdo.
I'm thinking right now.
Attention to this amoeba. Are we the real losers?
That I would like to see happen to It's a Gundam. I'm just okay. I really want to make something clear right here, right now. So I've heard a lot of people say this thing that I'm LARPing.
LARP?
And for a long time, for the last while, I didn't know what that meant. But from what I understand, it means that I'm like playing this up or like faking it or something like that. But you know what? That is absolutely bullcrap. Because this is as real as if I was making a joke of this. Do you really think I would be putting my life, my career on the line?
What career? You make retarded streaming content like myself. That's not a career. Career implies you're building something, providing a service, or working somewhere, producing something. This isn't a career, dude. And he says he's putting his life on the line. Like, detractors are going to threaten this dude's life and hunt him down and, like... you know? Or maybe on second thought, Mr. PWR. Maybe. Whoa. Like, Fuentes working... Now that's a career, right? Oh, man.
For Phil? It's bullcrap. This is 100% real. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm not holding back.
I'm jumping on that grenade for my boy love, Phil.
Because I'm just a
I'll give my life for Phil. To fight the garbage.
fan who's just been pushed too far and really wants to come
I'm glad he's in Canada because you can't own guns up there. So let's push too far
forward and have his opportunity to speak out against all you effing bastards who want to scoop, you know, some change out of his career, that you want your career. And I think it's bullcrap because you're all pieces of crap. You know, look at my content before this. 55,000 views.
Oh, 55,000 views, chat. Opportunity.
You know,
a career.
I had relevant success.
55,000 views. Okay, Chief.
So this isn't some kind of...
So he has the same weird mental illness as Phil, where he thinks he's like king shit upon Dick Mountain.
Avenue for me to make money. It's literally just to have an opportunity.
Well, if that was true, then how come you're censoring the words slut and fuck during the stream? Background pictures waiting for the Lex tub. You right?
Because I know all you freaking detractor losers are so freaking depraved and so desperate for dirt, desperate for drama, that you're going to be coming here in droves. I'm just going to fix my mic here. Because you'll listen and you'll know that there's somebody actually who's sick and tired of it.
Lex on Twitch?
Who wants to come forward, speak openly. Okay, I'm going to address this right now. We have this loser, 𝕿𝖊𝖒𝖕𝖑𝖆𝖗. He lied about his wife having cancer, and that is bull $. It's bull crap. Like, Phil showed the texts. If you guys listen to the 666 podcast that he did, They thought the wife had cancer.
Yeah, I was trying to find a picture of Lex.
They thought the wife had cancer, but it was a cancer scare. He didn't deliberately come forward to his audience and say, hey, listen, everybody.
Yeah, but he told that to Kino Casino to try and get like opportunity out of him.
My wife has cancer, so we're gonna have to take some. He never did that. It's freaking bull crap. Okay, anybody else who says that I'm doing this LARPing crap, like, get the F out, dude, because it pisses me off, because I'm not like
anything pisses you off, man.
Kind of professional speaker or anything. I'm just a guy.
Clearly, you're not a professional speaker, Chief.
Who's been a...
Really? Can't believe it. Where can I find more of her?
Fan of DSP since 2011 and just has had enough over the past month or so. I think when I really started to snap.
If I was Darkside Phil, I'd be afraid of fans like this. Because if Phil, for whatever reason, ever gives him the feeling like they've been betrayed or like offended in some way, like PWR here is like the kind of person who would show up at his house and fucking scalp him. Cat is attractive one. Now even mentions that.
Was smart guys. It really triggered me. I was like, this is bull crap. Somebody needs to come forward and just start speaking openly, honestly. And I know all the heat Phil gets, so I'm just putting myself on the line to really say, like, this is a good guy. This is a guy who's had a consistency. He's there for us. And
I'm trying to find.
I think it's about time that somebody gives back. So anybody screw It's a Gundam. You have no career. I'm looking right at, like, straightforward, like I'm looking right in your stupid ass.
The dude, regardless of opinion on It's a Gundam, the guy has made a career. I think he owns like a palatial estate off his YouTube shit. Herpes?
And face. No career, no originality, no character, no reason that anybody would want a damn thing to do with you if you weren't talking about somebody who actually has relevancy, you effing coward. And I hope you're one of your favorite cowards, Snort Hogan, clips that and sends it right to him, because I'd say it to him right on the air. You're a piece of garbage. You're a piece of crap.
Alright, let's skip forward like an hour or so, because this shit's...
For another 16 years.
Another 16 years.
Like, I really look up to Phil. I really... When I look at...
you look up to him, alright, from the bottom.
Phil, and I watch him, it's kind of like...
This is the gayest fucking shit I think I've ever heard.
Having the comfort of your uncle or your father or older brother, whatever, however you want to put it, it's a familiarity, it's a comfort.
I think we know what happened with him and his uncle, and I don't think we need to open the Pandora's box on that one.
It's like kind of walking into your uncle's place for supper, and you feel a belonging and a part of something. That's what all you...
It gets a little bit handsy up there in the ice fishing shack.
You cowards don't understand.
Give me money, uncle. Yeah.
Okay, Dyson friends, you're effing out of here.
Where's the part where Dyson friends
literally takes dude's Twitter comments as no value, and for my merchandise designs, because I actually took the time to create a lifestyle brand, to actually put my philosophies into my merchandise and put it forward.
My philosophies on merchandise, he has a shirt that says ass is ass. And a horrible PNG that the background is not, transparent. stream.
Forward. He's sitting there wearing my t-shirt. What's he got on the screen? Keno Casino. And he's sitting there, stoned out of his freaking mind. And I called him out. I said, I want on the air to call you out for the coward you are. And he wouldn't do it.
The kind of retard who thinks like winning online debates is like the equivalent of winning a world war.
Thing that Shawn Michaels was doing with his wife.
Oh, jeez. Wrestling. Mentioning wrestling. Let me get the clip where he actually says to molest him. 1 second. Oh, where's that? Where's that? Alright, I got it.
Their shot in. They're trying to get the rub off the pro wrestling rag. Literally just because I'm the one Phil fan that comes forward and says, like, screw all you effing losers. Here's a real fan now.
Yeah, it's a real fan. This is what a real fan says.
Abuse me. Molest me. You effing me. Molest me. Molest me. Molest me.
Pardon?
Molest me.
Oh. Alrighty. A little bit weird. Alright, let's see what this is you set on board. 1 second.
These smart arms are controlled by my brain through a neural link, allowing me to use these arms to jack off up to 4 of my homies with...
What the fuck? He's not that. Wait a minute, what? Hold on, god dang it. For my homies. Okay, what the fuck is this?
These smart arms are controlled by my brain through a neural link, allowing me to use these arms to jack off up to 4 of my homies without me actually being gay.
Doctor, if you're the one who's controlling arms as you suggest, wouldn't touching your homies make you gay?
How right you are. Which is why I developed this no-homo chip to protect my higher brain function. It means no matter how many PP I touch, I will never be gay. In my head, something talking. No homo chip. Suck dick?
Oh,
No,
God.
no, I'm not gay. That's right. The real crime would be not to finish off my homies.
Oh, holy shit. What? Oh, what? Pardon? Probably shouldn't show this on stream, but fuck it.
Are the Ku Klux Klan. We'll always hate niggers.
We are the Ku Klux. Oh God. All right.
I don't know if any of you remember this guy.
We are the. Hello, Dobson. Oh man. Oh no! Damn it! Where'd it go? All right, there it is.
But he was, I think he last tweeted around 2022. I had a little quick glance at his account, but basically, he was the founder of a pride group, I believe it was the Surrey one, and he was always forever tagging the police under people's tweets, going, "There's
Oh wow, he met on Grindr? No shit.
hate speech.
Weird. The homo degenerate caught doing things with underage children? Wow.
Hey, police, are you going
Oh.
to let this hate speech stand for people on Twitter? And he was always trying to preach tolerance and acceptance and all that of the LGBTLMNOP leaning elbow on keyboard community. Well, it turns out he's been found guilty of raping a boy that was 12. They met on Grindr. That seems to happen a lot on Grindr. But anyway, the co-founder of a Surrey LGBTQLMNOP group has been found guilty
Did you say Saudi?
of raping a 12-year-old boy that he met on Grindr. Stephen Ireland, 41, was convicted of raping the child in the Addleston flat that he shared with David Sutton, 27, on 19th of April 2024. Ireland, who co-founded Pride in Surrey in 2018, was also found guilty of 3 counts of causing a child under the
Put this guy on the wall and blow his brains out.
age of 13 to engage in sexual activity. 1 count was sexual assault of a child under 13 and 6 counts of making indecent images of children.
Oh.
Sutton, who also volunteered with the organisation, was found guilty of 3 counts of making indecent photographs of children and
Give this guy the St. Bartholomew treatment. Have him hold his own skin.
1 count of possession of an extreme pornographic image. The trial at Guildford Crown Court heard how the boy had met Ireland at his flat after that they kiss and watch pornography, a jury was told, after which they had sex in the flat, smoked a bong and played pornography on a laptop. He gave him drugs as well. That's wonderful. The pair were convicted after
There's the libertarian crowd, huh? Oh, dude. Legalize all drugs, legalize everything, as long as you don't hurt nobody.
a month-long trial and nearly a week of deliberations. Ireland and Sutton were also acquitted of conspiring to kidnap a child, while Sutton was cleared of 6 counts
Fucking execute this guy.
of conspiring to sexually assault a child. The pair also pleaded guilty to 5 counts that were not presented to the jury during the trial. Ireland and Sutton admitted possessing prohibited images of children, while Ireland also admitted possessing an extreme pornographic image. Sutton also pleaded guilty to 2 counts of distributing indecent photographs of a child. Sexual predator. Debbie White, head of Surrey's police...
Alright, we got it. Chill for a second. Cut his hair. All these NGOs come out saying it's a violation of freedom of speech, only against Christianity, of course. Like the same thing with every other comedian asshole who can make all the offensive, blasphemous jokes against Christianity, but as soon as you tell them to make a joke about Jews or Islamist or Islam, then all of a sudden they shut the fuck up. All of a sudden they're funny, haha, like opinions and jokes. Oh, all of a sudden they just shut the fuck up. There's no jokes about Jews, Judaism, you know, chopping foreskin, or, you know, Muhammad. Maybe because there's the ADL who will sue you to oblivion and destitution, and the Islamists will chop off your fucking head, shoot you, and blow you up. But we can go so hard at the Christians because they're at least good-minded people who won't do that shit. Yeah, they might send an angry message, but aha! Hey, make fun of them Christians! Fucking pussies. That's a wrestling theologian. Is this blasphemy? Tell Jesus to cut his hair? I don't know. I mean, the Bible does say long hair is like an offense, but Jesus was Nazarene. They had long hair, so I know. Normally, when you have stuff that's like, let me look at that title. Jesus should cut his hair. It's bordering on blasphemy a little bit. I mean, it's not as bad as some of the other shit I heard some of these weirdos say about Jesus, but yeah, that's why I don't like. Same thing as speaking of comedians, Bill Burr really turned out to be a fucking F slur. That guy's turned out to be the biggest. You know, I'll say it. Bill Burr's turned out to be a massive faggot. Because now he's saying, like, Elon is a nerd, but it's like he has 14 children with, like, what, 4 other women? That doesn't sound like nerd shit to me. I mean, granted, he's using women like his own personal, like, laundry. He pays per load, I guess. I keep seeing he's calling Elon Dion. Yeah. But Bill Burr, he's married to some, like, oaf of a black woman. So she's, like, feeding him all this bullshit that she hears from the fucking black Israelites and the liberals and the Marxists. So, and then he said something like Elon Musk's face looks like melted butter. When Bill Burr's had a facelift, if you ever see the pictures around his ear here on his face, he's had some plastic surgery, his facelift on himself, right? As you see, like, human skin doesn't naturally fucking pull up into the, like, corners like that. So he's just a hypocritical dipshit. I remember when he made a comment about AR-15s too. He said something along the lines of, like, shooting the neighbor's pool or something. It's a very, like, gay take. This is the same guy who said, like, you should own a 22. Like, what are you, retarded? Alien AI video. Oh, God. Oh, man.
Well, that's Mark. He marks up.
Oh, my God. Fuck these ads. Now it's going to copy the
As a
goddamn ad.
nonprofit, we might pay a penny for a medicine. Mark marks it up to thousands of dollars. We pocket the difference.
340B medicine markups?
Bingo.
What's your go-to move?
I swear to Christ, if I ever find out whoever idea it was to put ads on YouTube videos, I will personally give them the Saint Bartholomew treatment, where I will fucking make them hold their own skin. Okay, now we can actually play our video without the ad. By the way, if you use Brave browser, it has ad blocker built in. And you can still use uBlock Origin extension on Chrome. And it keeps money out of the hands of shitheads that put ads in their content. Here we go. Rant aside. Let me have my chat over here.
That's a first.
I get on my knees to sneeze, if you know what I mean.
I really don't.
All it
Sneeze. Oh, God. What?
chew on that thing.
And Glurren's like that?
No. I truly need to stop.
My name is 𝕿𝖊𝖒𝖕𝖑𝖆. My doctor says I'll probably never lead a normal life.
Okay, Fallout Goals, you're right.
If we're out here talking to Glurren's, 𝕿𝖊𝖒𝖕𝖒 is over there. Let's get to it. Snap it. Does size matter?
It does not matter as long as it's big.
We like gun big.
Look, I've had both small and big, and the only real difference is the size. For a small one, I go achoo, and for a big one, I go achoo, achoo, achoo. That's a 3 sneezer. Nobody likes it.
Does size matter?
Well, what's the velocity?
What's your name?
Velocity. Oh, God.
What if my mom sees this?
It's just your name.
Oh, my God. If you watch this on shrooms, or if you were high, I can't even imagine how terrifying this shit is. I'm totally, like, sober. Watch this fucking freaky.
She would flip out.
Does she not know your name?
How does he not know my name yet?
What's your deepest, darkest fantasy?
I've always secretly wanted to be able to afford.
Like?
You know, like anything. Just being able to afford anything at all. It's a modest living kink, and it's just a fantasy. It's nothing more. I've never acted on it because I can't.
When am I getting paid?
What's your body count?
I have one body.
Damn.
Yep, it's just this one. I have thought about what it would be like to have more arms.
Wait.
You know, like 2 or 3 more arms.
That's a lot more arms.
Yeah, it would be 2 or 3 more.
What do you think about
No, this is fucking nightmarish, Creek, you fucking son of a bitch.
One on unanswered oddities being fired?
Who are
Imagine if you had a fucking sleep paralysis demon, was it?
they?
You know, Tiggy,
You
Lurgy,
bastard.
and...
I don't know those names.
Yes, you don't.
What's your deepest, darkest fantasy?
A world where Lorca doesn't exist.
That is so mean, Stezzy.
It's just a joke that we all think about Lorca.
Well, it feels real.
Well, unfortunately, it's not.
Ooh, is that the JQ question?
That's it for Street Meat. If you like what you see, follow me home. I've got all 135 episodes at my place. My last video blew up. It got 300 views. 299 of those were me, and then my brother accidentally watched it once. So, Monovision, here I come. Snap it.
Yeah. That's fucking upsetting. Alrighty, we'll end the stream there. We probably wasted more than an hour of our life reacting to Captain Autismo, Phil's #1 autism champion. Yeah, it's been a good time. Black Snape is the last one. One more. Hey man, you got that fit.
We have climbing gyms all over the country.
Sweet
so we
Jesus,
use Google Meet to connect with our staff.
In these
Fuck you in your climbing gym. I will fucking hang you from the rafters of your climbing gym. How about that?
In these anti-racism classes, my ass will attempt to penetrate your ass's mind.
Thank God you said mine.
Should my ass find any memories that reveals your ass to be a racist, we'll be sending your ass to Azkaban prison, you feel me? Now, any questions your ass want to ask?
I do have one, actually. How is it that you can evidently pronounce arse correctly, but you're incapable of pronouncing arse, which is basically the same word, but with a curse sound at the end?
Another word that ends in cuz, motherfucker, Protego your ass.
Time to set up my 4chan account. I wonder if it still counts as racist if no one's around to hear me say it. Wow, and these don't even list the per capita numbers.
Per capita numbers.
Shit, Pala, next time I'm gonna see your ass combing your hair and growing yourself a yee-yee-ass mustache.
We've been at it for 10 seconds. If I could just...
I got yee ass mustache.
Rest.
Racism don't rest, Potter, so we can't neither. Now sit your ass down. Protego. I'll have 2 number 9s and number 9 large. Now that is some tasty fried chicken. Hey, cuz, this time, would it be possible to get the fried chicken put inside of the watermelon?
So that's
inside the watermelon.
the 4th time you've asked us that today. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave the premises.
That shit.
I'm sorry, sir. I...
Get your ass out of here, boy. And then he called me the N-word and he left.
I'm terribly sorry, Severus. That sounds like quite the ordeal.
Damn straight. I'm gonna need some reparations over this shit.
Perhaps we can order some fast food to help ameliorate the situation.
Ameliorate? I never heard of that spell.
I simply mean to cheer you up.
Ah, I see.
Some burgers, perhaps? Some pizza?
Pizza? Why can't a nigga you take me for? Expecto Patron!
Chicken. After all this time.
Always, motherfucker. In these
Oh, shit. Expecto Patron. Alright, shit. Thanks everyone coming out. A special thank you to, of course, the fleet captains and viewers like you. So, see you guys next time. Have a good one. And take it easy.